Hey, so as promised, we'll do the marshlands. Also, timestamps exist as always. Sometimes I'll start with that, sometimes I won't. But I think we'll actually... I said I was going to do frogs. I'm going to do harpies instead. So, as we go there... By the way, I just realized we're getting porridge from here, but if we don't get a race that uses it, I guess we're just going to end up eating it. But for the moment, let's go into this settlement. Question mark? What do I want to take here? Meat, bleh, and more bleh. Wow, there's really just meat products. Solely. Out of curiosity, does that mean... Well... Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. They have to give me races that Well, we'll see. We'll see what actually happens. So we're just going to take what... We're just going to take whatever. 3 cornerstone rerolls or... stones. I'll take stones, and then I guess I'll take some roots for... I don't know why. Do I want to take that? Yeah, we're going to take roots just to hold. And then we'll stay on Prestige 2 for at least one more settlement. But let's see what we get here. So let's move on. This video might be a bit weird, but I guess we'll see what actually happens. I'm saying that because of other stuff outside of this recording, but let's see here. Food production speed during Drizzle. Looming darkness. So I don't know why I looked at that. No opening glades during a storm. Worse hunger if we don't have food. 5 amber per year at hostility 4, and then death without services unless I find some way to decrease hostility, essentially, which would be nice. Not just for Eerie Song, but really vassal tax. I don't want to spend amber, but I guess we'll see what happens. So what do we have? Yeah, we have lizards, foxes, and harpies. Obviously more harpies than the other two, but I'm gonna take a quick check on what's going on here. So yeah, it would be nice to make skewers. Can we even do that? Because I thought all we got were meat products or meat ingredients. Technically, don't eggs count? Well, I guess let's actually find out really quickly. I don't know why I'm thinking about this too hard. So I don't think we can even make paste, even if I wanted to. Not that that would help me too much. Aside from, obviously, harpies being the mass population here. Again, I'm just thinking out loud, if nothing else. Oh, never mind, eggs for skewers, which... Yeah, we can do that, but if there's anything else, so yeah, skewers and jerky is probably going to be our go-to. Porridge, if we can, you know, find any fertile soil that we can use, and we'll take a quick look around. So, probably going to try and hit a forbidden glade. The question is which? Probably the one to the southwest, actually. Yeah, I think that's going to be the point. That way we can cut into these 2 small glades if need be. But it depends if we even need them. Let's see, stones and mushrooms as well. And we get the plantation. Out of curiosity, even though we'd have to choose between this and the farm, the ranch or the farm, I think we'll end up... Yeah, so we can get eggs if we want, but... I'm just going to take this thing. So normally I would take a 2-star camp, but since I don't know what's in that Forbidden Glade, yeah, so Temple, Sacrament of the Flame. If we can get oil, that's great. Kiln is an interesting pick. Yeah. Otherwise, skewers is probably my next go-to. I would rather... The question is the question is... If I cannot stutter here, if I can even make this reliably. I can. The kiln is usually a go-to pick, but... Well, there are not really any buts. I can also make jerky from this. It's not efficient jerky, but we get coal. So, yeah, we're going to pick the kiln instead. And what do I want to do here? So this is Harpy, right? Harpy building? No? Yeah. Harpy building. And we have a lot of villagers we can use. So you know what? Let me just take... I shouldn't need to... A quick peek, but I shouldn't really need to do so much. But I guess we're going to find out. It doesn't really matter who we put in here, kind of. But we do want to make use of everyone if possible. So We'll just immediately get started. If for no other reason than more food, really. So, yeah, with that, we're pretty much we're pretty much set here. Let me just extend some roads or paths, sorry, just to do so, and for speed, but just to do so. And I think we'll get a move on in a hot moment. Let me just do the other stuff, which is turn off fuel, except for wood. Turn off at least complex foods, but really, I think we leave mushrooms on because we have mushroom nodes next to us. I could double up on mushrooms here. Normally this would not fly, but we have the parts to do so. If I wanted to practice without using parts, though, I could opt to... could I even make all 4 of these? I don't think I could. When building materials cost more, but we're just gonna move on for the moment. Actually, we are going to make houses because we need them. We'll get 2 set up for the moment, but after that, not really much else we can do. Let me actually do this as well. Only mark trees, and we'll spread some around the hearth space and be happy. So away we go. This might be a short video. It depends on how I choose to do things, but if we don't get fertile soil immediately, well, it's gonna be a bit sad, but it's year 1, so not really too much I'm gonna be focusing on. Although I should make the crude workstation and makeshift post ASAP. For the moment, though, we can have everything working as is. So if nothing else, let's see here. We'll put the shelters somewhere, probably just in the back here. Let them make paths for a moment so that wood can be delivered. I keep calling it wood. Yeah, it is wood. For some reason I say logs. Am I going crazy? Well, anywho. Oh, that's right. I can pick a cornerstone. Blade events faster. Wood cutting production, please. And then I can't accept these orders now. I don't need to at the moment. So, yeah. Let's make some more. Let's make the rest of our shelters while we can. And off we go. Yeah, not really too much else to do at the moment. Ah, squeaky chair. We can leave one person without shelter for the moment. But yeah, I think looking for fertile soil is going to be our first priority, so we can set up Sacrament of the Flame through a temple. Now, to even make the temple, I will need the materials to do so. But thankfully, it's not as much as I think. Yeah, about 28 building materials overall is not as much as I would normally be tasked with. Although, like I said, when building materials... No, that's not how you say. When you need 50% more building materials, then I will worry a lot more. But for the moment... So yeah, we'll let them make these last few paths here, and then I will get the crude workstation. Keeping in mind that my storm duration is a lot longer, so we do need to make sure that we're settled for the storm, which is why it would have been nice to get the thingamajiggy, but I didn't. So, although I think the first order of business after setting up basically our basic buildings is to... Oh my goodness. Is to get the kiln. That's all I need to say at the moment. Let's see, so yeah, we'll use our stones. We have stones, but let's make this trading post first. Then we'll rush the... We'll do our best to make the kiln ASAP. So, as we move into clearance here, there's a tree sitting right here. If anyone cares to cut it down. And actually, we can move this woodcutter's camp over. Yeah, you guys have to walk back, but it's for a good cause, I swear. So, we'll shift this over for the moment. It doesn't need to go that far, actually. But let us make some bricks. Oh my goodness, I took you out of the crude workstation. And yeah, we just kind of cruise on here. We should be okay. Nothing bad should happen. Although we do have a bunch of hostility, so we'll see. So yeah, we're rationing the porridge, which could have pushed... probably could have pushed the foxes to blue resolve, but we'll stick with this for the moment. Actually, we do need another shelter. We'll consider that after... Yeah, we'll do this. Actually, no, I shouldn't have done that. We'll set one harpy to be a builder for the moment while we do something. Oh, make that shelter. I will remove enough to deal with this hostility, but hey, and yeah, a lot of the hostility that we have is because we have 13 villagers already. Nothing much more to say about that. I should probably actually make 2 shelters, but yeah, I will make 2 shelters. Who am I kidding? And after these next few bricks, actually we can already do it, so never mind. Let's make this kiln. If for no other reason, then we can also make jerky in the meanwhile, which will be kind of important because we're if we can stop eating raw food, that'd be great. Also, we don't need to keep making bricks, so never mind. Actually, I should have done that. We are missing planks, so we'll have 1 fox working these planks for the moment. And then the rest can be in this kiln after we make this next shelter. So, without further ado, we should have enough bricks, right? I was about to say, if I didn't, that would make me a little sad. We don't need more bricks at the moment, so instead we'll focus on coal. And yeah, as I said, if we could keep something, I need to think for a moment. Hold on. So let me just focus here. I think we'll be okay for the next 2 years. We'll see. I do want to make this jerky. We should also do this, but until I get that, actually we have a longer storm duration, and we have 3 free builders. Let's make this rain collector really quickly. I should also make this park, because we can do so, but we really want this rain collector while we're waiting for... Well, we can use it. So. And we'll wait until we're a bit... into the storm season to do anything else, and then we'll eat porridge for now. We might as well. That'll immediately boost them up to the max resolve there as we run out of stone. And let's actually extend more paths because we're already sitting here. Let's put our builders to work. There's something else I wanted to do. I forgot at the moment, but until I remember, let's just keep extending paths. We'll go towards these 2 small glades preemptively, but we will wait until we get more stuff. I could probably double up on rain collectors. Again, I'm thinking of higher prestiges, which is why I've not been focusing on as many buildings, but hey, you know. We can do this. We should be able to do that. Packs of goods, and then a bathhouse, which we do have foxes and harpies that can benefit, so we immediately deliver. The rest of these can wait, but I want to think about this for a moment. We should be pushing lizards too, so we'll see. And whether or not we get an ancient... we should be able to do this, right? Is this... I think that's for gazers, right? I think it is. Do I play it safe here? Do I cut into this dangerous glade immediately? I'm not making really any packs of goods, so I don't want to force it. On the other hand, there could be fertile soil. I think what I'm going to do is cut into these small glades and see if there's any... do we even have... We should have fertile soil. Yeah, a small amount. Never mind, I'm going crazy. Well, We're still gonna push the press, but yeah, we'll push for the press. But I'm gonna think for a moment. Yeah, so we can't open a glade during a storm right now, but let's wait on this. What are newcomers, by the way? Harpy, Lizard, Fox, I think is what I'm gonna do. And we don't have enough wood coming in, so... But if we increase the number of woodcutters, we push ourselves to Hostility 1, where we take a global resolve hit to the face, so... Yeah, I guess we will sit here for a moment. Is there anything else I can use? Technically, coal? But we primarily want to use wood, so... Yeah, not really a lot of planks I can use. In fact, we don't even have any more, so... Toss that out the window. Oil flour paste, but... don't think I want to do that. So instead... We'll wait for this... storm. I could put people back. Yeah, let's actually put people back in this woodcutter's camp for the moment. I know, but we gotta wait. And even then I would want to wait anyway, because I want to make sure that the cornerstone I get next isn't going to be based on glades, essentially. Do I have enough shelter, by the way? Yes, I do, kind of. Also, we are still sitting on free people, but I think we'll be okay. So, 10% chance of producing double, but they have a 10% higher chance of consuming twice as much food. Empathy, hostility. Woodcutting is slower until we open at least 2 glades. Yeah, we can do that now. So what we're going to do is take exploration, take that cornerstone, and open up these 2 glades. And then also give us some more space. Zilda doesn't really have... And I mean, Zilda has things for me. We also have extra amber. Oh... I probably want more pipes at some point. But I'm thinking... Otherwise... I'm thinking, no, we're not going to buy anything yet. I could buy food, raw food for making complex food. That's the primary use. Otherwise, I'm just sitting on this amber and not using it. Also, I'm sitting on algae that I got from the stonecutter's camp, so we should use that for coal instead. But if we can cut into these glades quickly, we can see what we can do. Extra villagers for roots, which we don't have. Hey, there's fertile soil, never mind. And then an extra... trader. Fishing speed, scouts, chests, and bleh. So we want to grab something that's gonna really, or that should really benefit us. It would probably be building materials, right? Because I can't make these reliably myself.
Hi.
Yeah, I think so. And since we're using the we're using all of our wood for planks, I think I'd rather take the planks here. Just checking something really quickly. Yeah, I think I'm going to buy planks. Actually, let me take a look at the nodes I got. Mine for clay and extra stones. And this also helps out the kiln. I really should have taken a look at that. This is also big kiln stuff, so what we're going to do is we're going to fox it up so we can get more people, but we also want to make this plantation ASAP. Because we want to make use of what it can give us. And therefore, we'll also get fabric if need be, but I think I just want this to focus on plant. Never mind, that's right. Plant fiber, I'm going crazy. Anywho. So, I think I do still want these 2 woodcutters camps. If that's the case, we're gonna do this. Let's get this plantation set up. And we're all gonna benefit from Blue Resolve for a few minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes, which is quite a lot for the early game. But oh, fire, no! But cool. So we should be fine on that front. Go back to using wood for the moment. Well, and make coal as well. But really, we just want these villagers ASAP. We'll put that harpy in the kiln. No. Yes. No. In the plantation. And then the foxes will go into the kiln. Then we have a free fox, which I guess we're going to do this instead then. Just to finish that off, finish off this these mushrooms. If I want to take a risk, I could grab those orders immediately. Otherwise, do I want to just go crazy here? We have a bathhouse now, but will I be able to make use of this? Not without knowing what's waits beyond the thing, the Forbidden Glade. I still plan to cut into it, but that means I'll need to start taking camps. I'm not going to take the farm, not going to take the bakery, so let's hope I'm not hurting myself by thinking. What do we get from the trees as a byproduct, as a side product? Mushrooms and leather, maybe. I'll take the camps instead. Yeah, I'll take the camp instead. That's gonna feel weird, but I think it's for a good cause. Also, we can immediately set up this press because we now have we have a wheat node here, which we can make use of. Yeah. And again, there is this algae pond, but the most important part is setting up this press, I think. So we'll do that. And at some point we need to make the temple. We'll deactivate this for the moment, throw it somewhere. So I said I wanted to use my amber. Did I end up using the amber? No, I didn't, did I? I didn't buy the planks because I don't know why. So that I've only hurt myself. If in that case though, yeah, I should have bought those planks. I made a mistake. Kind of. It's not it's not like a big mistake. It's just I would have liked to speed up the my production. We'll give it leather here. Cause yeah, setting up this temple ASAP would be nice, but I didn't do that. At the same time, let's actually make some planks, cause I need to do a thing. And in that case, I should have also have oh, please. I should have also. So let's see, Jorg is coming, but I don't think there's gonna be much more I can do with that. I could turn this algae into coal, but we have that, so do I just want to go out on a limb and do other stuff? No. We have stones for these bricks, but I don't need to use everything here. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna hold on to this amber for the moment. These woodcutters are not being used, so let's use them. And we use wheat and plant fiber here. But we also want to start harvesting this wheat. So the press is where we want to put our next things. We did not find a geyser, but we found our next best things, so hey. And then with this free builder, we'll just make these paths. So, yeah, and then I said I wanted to set up this temple really quickly. So all of our building materials are going into that, if possible. But we'll see what else we can do. Yeah, we used a bunch of wood there. We should be able to hit then our next resolve before our resolve boost goes out. And I am also sitting. I kept sitting on these newcomers for whatever reason. Let's move on. We'll cut a bit further here. Not that we need to, but it's nice to. Yeah, let's see what I want to do here. I think I'm just gonna throw everyone into this press. They're not able to make anything at the moment. Actually, if that's the case, let's. We don't have enough wood for this either. Well, do we? We do have enough wood. Never mind, I lied. So let's do this. Again, we don't need to start using the press immediately. It'd be nice, but no. We also have Blight Rot, that's right, because we've immediately started using stuff. We also need a house. We can plop a Harpy house down. We don't have any free builders at the moment, though. If that's gonna be so, we'll use this Harpy that's taking a break. And set up another park and a garden? Question mark? No. Yes. Yeah, and we kind of just wait here. Did we end up making up? No, because they had to set up the fields. They had to set up these fields? I've got to watch this to see how much I'm actually using. And off we go. So yeah, 4 planks, 6 bricks, and a whole lot of wishing. I can call Jorg if I want to. Probably should. No, yeah, probably should, actually, for the sake of hostility. But we'll see. I could also open this glade right now, this dangerous glade over in the west, but I'm going to hold off on that. Yeah, I'm going to hold off on that for the moment. So let's see. Don't have any wood for these planks. Pain. I should actually cut around this warehouse instead. Yeah, so everyone's taking a break. We're gonna cut around this warehouse instead to make things a bit more productive, if that makes any sense. But in the meanwhile, so yeah, it wasn't enough, but hey. And again, I don't want to cut into a glade. I probably could, so I cut right into a glade before the storm so that I can get some resolve. If I was going to say if that makes any sense, but it does make sense for the sake of resolve, because that'll last throughout the storm, theoretically speaking. Should I try that out? I guess I'm going to try that out. Nothing here at the moment, so we want to cut into the glade right before the storm, so about 2 minutes. We do have some grain to use, and we do have some plant fiber to use. Yeah, and we don't have any more things to build, so we'll start making oil now. So, I do want to use this rain collector still, so we'll leave that. But really, a lot of our oil production is currently in this fishing hut. I think for a good reason, though, because we do want to make... Actually, we have more than enough coal at the moment, it seems. So, we'll just focus on making jerky instead. We're about to run out, actually, yeah. So if that's going to happen, we're going to switch these foxes to the press. I need to keep an eye on this, so I want them to cut into this right before the storm, but not during it, because otherwise we go plus 10 resolve and then minus 10 resolve for pretty much no reason. So let's find out. I want to catch them while they're doing this. Also, we're cutting it. If we cut into a dangerous glade, it's going to kind of hurt, but... Hey, so... Yeah, we're going to do it soon. Let's move this really quickly. And let's cut into this glade now. We can remove... we'll still be at 2 hostility, so there's no point. removing woodcutters here. I should have actually twisted them around, but hopefully they cut these trees down quickly. I shouldn't have actually focused that much, but we should be fine. Oh, tell me we're fine. Okay, good. That does mean I need to take care of this dangerous glade event, but oops. Will we be able to deal with that in time? We should. Yeah, we should. The question is what I can possibly use, oil or things. And yeah, we should probably call Zorik ASAP, but for the moment, what did we get? We got actually bigger stones. So you know what figuratively? Here's a geyser. Here's this. This would be great for the press, but we don't have enough people at the moment. Also, I just realized we don't have enough stuff. But oops. So let's actually lower our resolve, or lower our thing. Our resolve is lowered, but hey, and yeah, we actually need to make this. We don't have enough claw or fabric. I should have done a thing. Actually, we can knock this down for the moment. That does mean I would kind of wasted time, but if getting this house, I think, is literally the difference between. Also, we ran out of ways to make jerky, unfortunately. So that's also hurting us at the moment. But without the resolve boost, we would be in a worse situation. In fact, I can even lower hostility again. But if we can go on without that and keep our woodcutters active, I think that's the better choice. At the same time, yeah, I can't really make any more oil at the moment. That's not going to be a lot of fertile soil to use, but it'll be enough for now. And so what can we do with this? Probably bricks? Yeah, probably bricks. So if we can't make jerky, make bricks. Which everyone will eat soon enough. So really, we do have a complex food problem, but at the moment, no suitable trees. We can fix that really quickly by moving our shelters. I'm going to pause really quickly. And, you know, well, we will be ending the video in year 3 Drizzle, but what I'm trying to say is that I need to think about what else I want to do. But for the moment, yeah, so that cornerstone actually helped us out immensely here, but because, yeah, we did not have anything else. Also, we ended up using the planks on this garden, but that's fine. Because this little house here helps us out just as much, if not more. We can actually we can start sacrificing oil. We want to sacrifice more, funny enough. And we should be actually producing even more oil. But this temple is our next order of business. So yeah, we are going to call Jorg immediately and use our amber. We can start transporting things, but it depends on what Jorg sells us, I guess. Yeah, it does. So we'll see. And then we should be able to use a bunch of algae for coal soon, which would be nice. But bricks are also our first order of business because I think that's what we're going to use for this event. In fact, let's start now. Let's not start now. I was going to say let's start transporting materials, but hey, there goes our buff, but we should be able to survive still. It's going to be close. If Resolve dropped quicker, we wouldn't have to worry about it, but now we still don't, so we'll continue onward. Yeah, and the lizards are resilient Resolve-wise, so we should be able to handle this. So we're going to do a bit of juggling here. Again, this is all to keep our woodcutters active. We could just disable all, we could unassign all woodcutters and be perfectly fine here, but we should be able to last. So we can remove the resolve again, and our resolve should fix itself. But before we do that, as we also unassign that and put a fox here, let's also call, never mind, Jorg's coming soon anyway. I forgot to accept these orders. We'll do that quickly. Jerky. We do want to make jerky. And pace is not going to do much for us. We're not also getting meat either. There could be a meat thing. Actually, yeah, you know what? We'll take that one, and we'll take this cornerstone. Because there's not much else. Yeah, immediate plantation pick. But after that, I can think on what else to do. Not really much else to go over, other than we have a bunch of stone nodes we can use. Then we'll cut towards the Forbidden Glade. Out of curiosity, can I put a hearth here? No, I have to cut over towards the small glade, Forbidden Glade first. But that's perfectly possible. Actually, I can wait for Jorg as well, so we'll let the game run for a moment just to get Jorg. Also, we can also extend a path here, but really what we want to do is prepare stuff. So, if Jorg is selling bricks, which he is, we will buy these bricks. Actually, let's buy our bricks now. I don't know why I'm waiting here. Is that going to take all of our amber? Close, but not really, thankfully. Although, I do want to make more skewers, so we'll grab an egg or two. Probably need more, right? I guess we're going to find out. Hold on, I can do this. Actually, we don't. Wait, why? Why? Well, let's buy this first. The branch is interesting, but we don't have the amber for it. Let me just check something really quickly. Oh no, I thought I could make skewers. I can through the field kitchen, but oopsie doopsie, I didn't do that, so we're not using our eggs. But without further ado, yeah, not much else more to say. If you have anything to say, you know what to do. If you don't want to say anything, that's cool too. But I'm not going to take up much more of your time. Thank you for watching, or listening, or both, and I'll see you later. Bye!